Bold and Blonde. Welcome to the Mindset Evolution podcast. The podcast to get tools for a powerful mind you can use immediately every day. Get tips, tricks, skills, and inspiration to create what you desire and achieve a content life wherever you are. And here are your hosts, Kathi and Daisy Pup.
And hello, everybody, and welcome to Bold and Blonde Mindset Evolution, the podcast that gives you tools for a powerful mind. I'm Kathi Tate, your host from Down Under. With me, as always, is Daisy Pup, your host from America. Hi, Daisy.
Hi, my dear Kathi. How are you? I'm so happy to see you, and it's so exciting to record yet another episode. And well, I know your sleeves because it's getting winter down under and something's up there.
Well, I first have to say congratulations to you and to me. This is episode 150, Daisy.
It is fabulous. Congratulations to you too. Congratulations to our listeners. You stuck with us, and that's what is so beautiful that, oh wow, what a commitment. And what a devotion. Thank you, Kathi.
Absolutely.
For being my best ever thought of and imaginable podcast partner. Awesome. Super. I'm so glad you found me. Thank you.
Yeah, me too. I feel like this is our legacy, and to reach 150 episodes is very special. It has been 2.5 years, just over, to reach this point, and we are going strong. And thank you to all our listeners out there for sharing our episodes and for supporting us. Please keep doing that, and please keep sending your topic ideas in. boldandblonde.live. Everything you need is right there. You can even listen straight on the website. So we're going to jump in today, Daisy. We've got a really cool named episode, which I'm sure already has the audience wondering. It's going to be about toothpicks.
I love it. You have a memory that is really amazing, because sometimes when you and I speak in private, then we have conversations and we are discussing how we can find even better solutions faster and better and lasting. And then I must have said something about the toothpicks. And I appreciate that you remembered.
Well, not actually my memory. I wrote it down.
Bless your heart.
But it has come from your wondrous brain, Daisy. So why don't you kick us off and tell our audience what toothpicks is all about?
Well, as I learned over the decades, that the brain learns very quickly when it also can create or imagine a picture to it. Therefore, I very much like analogies and metaphors because they stick with us more easily. And toothpicks, most of us and most of our listeners may have had one and used one when it was really a good feeling. Wow, it's so good to get that thing out there. And then there's the other side. You must have guessed. There are humans who believe they're toothpicks. They're trying to get out everything from anywhere where you don't want it out. And I think it is a good idea to bring attention to all the toothpick humans out there who are trying to pick all the time and pick more often. And being picky is one thing, but picking on someone, let's stop being toothpicks.
Well, this is interesting. So what do toothpick people do, Daisy? Let's define this.
Okay, let's do a test. What do you think toothpick people do? You knowing what a toothpick does usually when you wanted to do it.
I feel like a toothpick person might be a therapist of some sort.
Yes.
Trying to help you. And then I think perhaps you mean the extreme is when they're not a therapist, but they fancy themselves one and they want to fix everybody around them.
Yes, I'd say so. And one very important ingredient here. When I pick my teeth, I do it. I choose it. I feel it. I notice how far, how deep, which angle. But when you do it, I don't want it. Do not pick. Don't. Stop it. Pick you. You picking your own teeth, I pick mine. And I'm relating that to our inner world. When there's something, and I'm the first to admit, something that is still not completely healed within my inner world, I'm not aware of it because the moment it shows up, I go after it and I want to get it done. I want to be over with it. I want to get it healing within my inner world because I know what it does when I don't do it. And I don't want, some people would say poop. I can also say manure. I don't want the manure pile up. So when we understand that the best feeling is when we pick our own teeth and we respect other people that they don't want to be picked on all the time, I think we overnight will have a much more peaceful world. Oh, I like that laugh. A laugh can tell 1,000 words. Now that was it. The giggle.
I do hope, that these conversations that we have do help people do exactly that, have a better inner world. And I find this one interesting, I think, because when I was younger, I did like to help people, as in help fix them.
Yeah.
I don't know what that was. I don't know where it came from really, but I think that there's a lot of people like that where they feel this obligation to fix others. And perhaps it's because they are so mucked up that they can't deal with it, but they feel like they have this insight and can help other people. And it is easier to see issues from the outside looking in when you're not emotionally entangled. That is very true. And so you can see where a toothpick person might feel like they're going to be helpful. But I think the point here is, did that other person ask for the help?
Oh, please, can you toothpick me a little bit? Because I don't know how many people ever stung themselves with a toothpick because they tried to get it out of that little jar or they maybe sat in a toothpick. It's not very comfortable.
I had some in my handbag and they fell down into the lining where I couldn't get them out and they'd poke in these weird directions. So I had my bag on and they'd be poking into my leg.
Now imagine these were humans and how many humans you had in and around your world and in and around your life that were poking you, just like the toothpicks in the lining of your handbag. So I think you got a great point here that I'd like to shine a little light on. I'm not generalizing by all means. Nevertheless, the majority of female of the species believe there's a problem I need to help. Why? Because women, not all, I'm not generalizing, women have the tendency to be liked, to be helped, but on their terms, at their time, when they are ready. And let me go a little bit to relationships between male and female. I'm choosing this because it can be helpful for all other relationships because every human has male part within them and female part within them. Meaning, depending on which week of the pregnancy, when mommy was pregnant, which hormones we were exposed to and which developmental week we were in can make us more masculine in an aspect or more feminine in an aspect. So no one female is 100% female and no one male is 100% male. So women have the tendency, it's most likely an evolutional thing, to care. When the elderly fell down, then okay, let us help them up. When the child, the nurturing, the nourishing, that's very motherly related. It's not because men cannot be so nurturing to babies, but it's biology. So women have that tendency to care, to pamper. Now, because we have that tendency, because I call myself a female, I was born female and I am still female and I'm planning on remaining female in this life, just to be clear about that, that we have that innate. It's instinctive. It's our nature. Now, when we see a man, for example, let's say we have a partner who is a male and he has a problem, we think we must go and fix it. We must go and help it. Most men, again, I'm not generalizing, most men, they see it, they think about it, they have a solution. The moment they think to the end of the solution, for them it's fixed. When they know how to solve it, I'm not generalizing, I'm speaking about the majority of male of our species. When he can think it to the end, for him, it is already solved. When he knows how he can fix it, then for him, it's already done. Doing it physically or mechanically, actually, is the smallest part of it. Now, that is most likely while women are more often seen as toothpicks, who are picking on all sort of things, than men. I'm not generalizing again.
Yes. Now, you said in one of our prior episodes that one of the big differences between men and women was that women talk out their problems. They find solutions while they speak.
They're thinking out loud.
Yeah, you can see that the toothpicking, it might be related to that because they're on their feet, right? They're trying to find a solution as they're talking it through. And that could be seen as a pick. Whereas a men, if I remember correctly, figure it out in their head before they say a word. That's how their heads work. And then they're ready with a solution. And that can still be picky because maybe we don't want their solution. We never asked for their solution or their help in finding that solution. But you can see the different methods quite clearly, and you could see how women could be perceived to be more toothpicky because of the way our heads work and the way that we approach and handle problem solving.
Yes.
So, yeah, I can see that quite clearly, the difference between the genders there.
It's an evolutionary process. So now when you say that the male structure of the brain tries to solve it in their head, there are authors out there, they describe it as men go into their cave. And we did an episode on the man cave. I think it's very important that humans become aware of the tendencies of specific aspects of their own biology. The challenge now is when a female is loud thinking, she's talking blah, 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 blah. And while she's talking out loud, in her brain, it ticks and clicks, and she's solving her problem while she's talking. Now, for a male brain, the architecture that is more masculine, they don't understand what's she talking. Because from his point of view, he's only talking when he already has the solution. So why are you still talking? I already have the solution, or I don't talk. So why are you talking? So I think it is very important to have a look at the cat and the dog. I'm not comparing any humans to animals. I don't. Why is a communication challenge existent between cats and dogs? Very simple explanation. The dog, when it's happy and joyful, what does it do with its tail?
Wags it.
Aha. A cat. What does a cat do when it's nervous?
Nervous or upset.
Nervous or upset.
Wags its tail.
Wags its tail.
Waves its tail.
Waves its tail.
More of a wave than a wag.
Okay, a wave.
Are you sure you want to keep pushing me like that? Wave.
There you go. But you can understand now that it's impossible, unless the cat and the dog grow up together or can build trust, that they can understand, oh, you do this with your tail, you're not threatening me. Because to you it means joy. Okay. Because of course the cat is afraid when it sees that animal coming with the tail coming like that. And oh my goodness, that I'd be so upset when I do that. I cannot imagine and fathom how you feel. I don't want anything to do with you. It's okay. Peace, buddy. Now, and the dog doesn't understand, why is she so nervous, or the cat? Why is the cat so nasty at me? And it showed me that it's friendly. Language difference. There is a miscommunication. Now, when we can understand that, and the female of the species, or the brains that have more feminine aspects within, that they then understand, I am loud thinking while I'm solving a problem, and it's not life-threatening, that somebody is not talking anything, not saying a word, not doing no sounds at all, while they're solving their problems within themselves, and only talk when they have the solution. It's important that we all humans know that, because then I can stop somebody from giving me advice or bringing the solution on the silver plate. I only wanted to think out loud. I didn't ask for a solution. So when we get that, then there can be such a beautiful togetherness. These are also communication misconceptions. So now the toothpick, nevertheless, there are humans out there, no matter what the brain structure is, they just love to pick on others and poke a little more, poke a little deeper if you didn't get my attention yet. If I didn't get your attention yet, let me poke you a little more. Oh, that's not your sensitive spot. Let me find it.
Okay, so now we're talking about our extreme toothpicks.
Yes, the extreme. They do exist too. Now, how can we handle those? Well, stop sitting in them. Do not stuff them in the lining of your handbag. Don't put them in your shoes, on your couch, in your bed.
So what you're saying here is be careful where you spend your time.
Unless you really like to be toothpicked on.
I'm just translating.
I appreciate. Kathi once said, dear listeners, that's a cute little backstage insert here. Kathi sometimes thinks that she's the Daisy whisperer, but not to calm me, but she's the translator. She's my interpreter, live, simultaneous interpreter. Thank you. But you see, when we use pictures like that, concepts can be understood so easily. The cat and dog picture.
Oh, the cat and dog thing with the tail is quite wonderful and something that I'd never really thought of, but it's so obvious and really does highlight how easy it can be to miscommunicate when we're not aware. And in fact, this is inspiring me. I think we're going to do more episodes on how men and women are different and drill into some of this stuff, because I think that is vital information in creating, forming and sustaining good relationships, is to understand how each other's minds works. And wasn't last year, it was our first year after recording the 2 episodes that we did, The Man Cave and Men and Women Are Different. It really made me wish I had that knowledge when I was married, because I think that would have been vitally important to me understanding how my husband's brain works. I found him very frustrating, and I'm sure he felt the same. Yeah, that's really great picture to try and show us the communication differences. And when I think about our tendency as women to talk out our problems out loud, and I look at my own life now, I'm probably fairly unusual in that I don't have a dependent family. I live with my mum, which is great because she's a really good friend of mine, but we keep to ourselves a lot of the time. We're both very solitary people. And so I tend to talk my problems out with my cat.
That's cute.
Bless poor Pepper, because he knows everything.
That's cute.
I guess that's me because I do live solitary. And yes, I have really close friends that I can ring and talk to, but I'm wired to want to say it out loud, but I'm not really that keen on everybody hearing what it is I'm thinking through until I have my sort of solution. And then I'm okay to talk it through once I've decided. But yeah, I'm quite private in that I like to come to my own solutions. I don't like to be told what the solution is. And I dare say I am not alone in that one.
I agree.
So I can highly recommend having a cat or a dog to talk things out with.
As a confidant, yes.
Yes.
Well, what you're saying reflects to me a great example that there is no such thing that makes us 100% female and 100% male. And when we accept that, I do believe many discussions just peacefully end, period.
Let's recap. Our brains learn quickly and use pictures because pictures stick with us. And that is the premise underneath how we like to do our episodes. We often use examples or analogies or metaphors. I don't really know the difference between those two, to be quite honest, to get across what we're trying to talk about and to demonstrate what we mean by something. And in this case, talking about toothpicks as if they were people. A toothpick is somebody who likes to pick at things and get them out, uncover them or unstick them or unjam them, just like you would in your teeth with an actual toothpick.
Or simply just poke.
Or poke. And so we have established that it is more likely to be females that do that because of the way our brains work, because of our tendency to talk our problems through out loud
while we're trying to solve it.
So it can often seem like we are picking, even though our intention may just be to help. So that's, I think, something we need to land on here. We need some awareness around what we're doing. Like, why are you toothpicking somebody? Let's have some self-awareness. Now, if I think about myself in my earlier years when I had a tendency to do this.
You're not alone.
It was quite possibly a way to reflect or to deflect that I had stuff going on I didn't want to deal with. And so it was easier to deal with somebody else's stuff.
Yes.
That's brutally honest, I think. And I'm putting my hand up. I know I've done that. And I think it's probably human nature to be like this because, well, maybe it's not. Maybe it's conditioning. But part of it is definitely human nature because of the way that females evolved to be the nurturers.
I think that is very much the case because it's biology and it is evolution. And now comes the expectation part in top of all of that. Because and I go back to the island model, basics. When I think this is the way how I operate, oh, wow, let me help you. Let me fix it for you. Let me fix you without asking for permission, because when we have children, we're not asking for permission. We do the best, oftentimes instinctively as mothers. And then we think when we're adults, okay, so now I have a partner and let me fix them, or let me choose a partner who I then can fix because I so much like to be a toothpick. And then all of a sudden, I'm not so attractive anymore to my partner. High alert. This is the SOS calling. And the question is, what do we do then? When I now expect that because this is the way how I operate and I see it and I feel it, and for me it's second nature or maybe even first nature, and then I expect my partner to be just the same, and then I'm always disappointed. Rarely I generalize, but then the toothpicks are those who are most of the time always disappointed because their partner doesn't think and doesn't tick like they do. Then they feel, oh yeah, he's not doing it. Look, I need help. And he just abandons me. I hear it so often. When humans with a greater amount of female architecture in their brains can understand that and stop having expectations. And when then, because we are loud thinking, while we're speaking out loud, while we're thinking and solving our problems, when then the other party comes, different brain architecture comes and brings and delivers us the solution, we have the right to say, look, I would just like to think out loud while I'm trying to solve my problem, and I'm not asking you for a solution ready yet. Would you just please listen to me for 5 minutes? Puppy dog eyes. Most likely, the answer will be, yeah, sure, bring it on.
And if they say no, go and find your cat.
Or your dog, or your neighbor, or your friend. Your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your neighbor friends, your community.
Well, you do realize the reason that I use my cat is because he doesn't really talk back.
Lucky you in this case. Imagine we could pick his brain. Imagine, wow, what he thinks about it. No. Yeah, I think it is important that we understand how it's possible to build bridges, because every brain, although the structures are similar biologically, nevertheless, that we are all unique and that it is so inspiring to build bridges by understanding self first and then allowing others to also get to a point where they understand self as well. And now imagine when two self-understanders meet. Now that's a good party. I'd like to be there to observe.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And I definitely think we're going to do more episodes on men and women and how we're different. I think that is knowledge that our audience needs. I know that I need it. And I do, bound to be millions others that do too.
I hear you.
So that's it for us today. Toothpicks has been our 150th episode. Thank you to all of you who've been so loyal and have listened to all of them. If you are new to our listenership, welcome. We're very happy to have you as part of our family. Please do go back and listen to all of our episodes. They are amazing, even if I do say so myself. boldandblonde.live, there's a search box in the top right-hand corner on your PC under the lines on your phone, and you can pretty much search any topic. If we've done an episode on it, it will pop up. If we haven't, let us know. There's a contact us page. And please, before you leave, do support us. We would love it if you would buy us a cup of coffee. Help us stay ad-free. It is what we like to do, just pure information and inspiration in every episode without any pesky ads. So that is what we would like for you to do for us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. 150 episodes. I think that deserves a cheer. So congratulations to you, Daisy. Congratulations to our listeners.
Yes, and congratulations to you. Congratulations to us. And thank you, world, for embracing us, embracing the world.
Absolutely. That's it from us today. You'll be hearing from us soon. We are Bold and Blonde.
Mindset Evolution. Talk to you next time. Thank you for listening in to the Bold and Blonde Mindset Evolution podcast. Please share our podcast with your family and friends. Together, we make this world a better place. For you, for us, for future generations. Visit us at boldandblonde.live to get freebies, give feedback, and even support us with as little as $1. Talk to you soon.